We outside, man. WCDB Radio 90.9. Make sure you check it out. Mr. A Day. Your boy Soul, New York. We outside, man.
So what you trying to do and who you really want to be? Everybody wants a shot to be the top in this industry. So what you trying to do and who you really want to be? Everybody wants a shot to be the top in this industry. I follow me, never walk in another man's shoes. Fake we good when you know we ain't brothers. I set my goals, aim high. I'm shooting for the sky and I'm never giving up or quitting.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. You feel me?
Every day, every day.
And I appreciate it, fam. I really do. I appreciate you, bro. But listen, you know, I know you got the session later tonight and everything, so we gonna get right to it, man. So let's just first start off with because one of the things that I wanted to know, let's just start with the name. How did your name come about?
My name came about. My first rap name was C Notes.
You said C Notes?
C Notes, yep. Me and my two brothers, the three of us, we were C Notes, Bloody Money, and Dirty Cash. That was us. Sony actually came to be because when I started doing this music and they really, I was young, so like nobody wanted to hear me rap. They didn't really think I could rap, but I forced it. So when I started rapping and I wouldn't stop and my brother got a hold of me, honestly, my older brother and another long life friend of mine's, hey, yo, he also does the music. They gave me the name. They said, listen, you SoNewYork, and that's like Sony. And I believe my man was gonna run with the name, but my brother gave him his name. So they was like, you gonna be SoNewYork, cause you SoNewYork, you gotta be Sony.
Right.
And I was about 12 years old then. And
so at 12, you already had that at 12.
Yeah, I've been SoNewYork forever, man.
I respect it. I respect it.
But yeah, that's where it came about.
That's the legacy. So you know, there was really like a bunch of things, like, you know, we didn't get to really chop it up the way, you know. And we said, you know, we gonna save it for the actual show and really just go in, you know, raw. We talked about, like, you know, having a bio and things like that. But I'm gonna touch on it. I want to still stay in the beginning stages of everything. So, you know, let's go back to the beginning, the very, very beginning. Where were you born?
New York, Brooklyn, New York at that. You know what I mean? Kings County Hospital, baby, man. Real proud of that. I stay proud of that. You know what I mean? But I'm also proud that I moved to the areas I did. You know what I mean? But Brooklyn was a great life experience for me to be born there, to have family there, to have their experience there. You know, to be in that city that never sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I hold forever. And I mean, regardless to living there now or not. You know what I mean? My birthplace is what made me. So Brooklyn, stand up. Shout out everybody in New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kings County Hospital, you know, I was a premature baby too. So like, they didn't think I was gonna make it. I made it. You know what I'm saying? Facts of life.
So you started off in Brooklyn, and like at what point in time did you, like, because I want to know the process of, like, from transitioning from different states to different boroughs to things like that. So you was in Brooklyn to how old was you when you left Brooklyn?
When I left Brooklyn, I was pretty young when I first left Brooklyn. We ended up going back, but what happened was I lost my pops. You know what I mean, to cancer.
Sorry, bro.
You know what I mean? And
I can relate to that, bro.
After my pops caught cancer, we ended up going to North Carolina, and I was down there in High Point and Raleigh and High Point.
Oh, North Carolina?
Yep. And shortly after being down there, you know what I mean, like, we was gonna stay, but my house burned down.
Wow.
So we was like, you know, we gotta get up out of here.
So everything, I lost everything in the house fire?
Yeah, we lost everything in the house fire, you know what I mean? But faith, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's something we held on to. So we came back up here, we moved back to Brooklyn. We was back in Brooklyn for a couple years, and then I moved upstate to Albany. You know what I mean? I ended up going to Albany High School. And right around then is where, like, a lot of my like music started, as far as like me coming out the box and telling everybody I was doing music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's key, man. That's key. Five, you come on in, man. Five for the host of the year in the building. Yep, come on in. Tell guys will come in. Let me listen to the building, all that.
The Sony day. It's Sony day.
Sony day.
Yeah,
You know,
Sony day.
so you can come in and have a seat. So
Sony day.
come and have a seat. So yeah, man. So let's backtrack. So you was in North Carolina. You had the fire, and then you went from where from there?
We left North Carolina. We went back to Brooklyn, and we was down there. You know the expense of living down there. Everybody knows. I mean, it's up. So, you know what I mean, my mom's not having my father. You know what I mean, we found a cheaper way of living, which was moving upstate. So we came up here. You know what I'm saying? And we got up here, and like I said, it was off to the races once we got here. You know what I mean? I met some people, met some friends. You know what I mean? My brother was doing his music. You know what I mean? With some no.
Oh, wait, you're skipping. So you left North Carolina.
Yep.
And then now you're coming up to where?
We went back to Brooklyn.
Okay, back to Brooklyn.
Yep.
And then from Brooklyn, how'd you find your way upstate?
We went upstate. It was just cheaper. It was cheaper to live upstate. So my mom was like, you know what? I'm gonna come up here. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, raising your kids down in New York as a single mother is a hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I guess she figured it was a better life and
sure.
an easier path for us to be up here. So
you lived in Albany, you said? You went to school?
Went to school,
Albany High?
Didn't make it through Albany High. I mean, I went there. I was a high school dropout. You know what I'm saying? Things was a little rough then and there. Like I said, I had lost my pops.
Yeah.
Not too long after losing my pops, I lost my mentor from the same cancer I lost my pops from.
Wow.
And I was 12 years old at that time. So I mean, right after that, like I became Sony, like I was saying.
Right.
I mean, and at that time, I kind of I wanted to lash out on the world. You know what I mean? So I was in another mind state. You know what I mean? It wasn't so much for me to. I mean, I didn't care about progression too much. I just wanted to tear the world up.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, I ended up dropping out of high school after running around Albany High. You know what I mean? We moved to Troy. You know what I mean? Troy's where everything kind of turned a leaf in Troy. You know what I mean? I won't even say like turn the leaf as far as like, I was a better person at that point in time, but my life changed. You know what I'm saying? I came to Troy. I was out here cooling. I mean, I had a little job. I was leaving my job. 5-footer gets on the bus.
No.
Right? So I see 5-footer. He like, yo.
That guy.
This guy tells
fat
me.
guy, fat little guy.
He tells me he's the guy. When he tells me he's the guy, I mean, the way he's saying this, I had to believe him. There was no way that this guy was lying. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I could rap. He was like, you could rap, then rap right now. Five was actually one of the first people that wanted to hear me rap when I said I could rap. Like I said, I spent so long forcing it because I was young. You know what I mean? I was the little brother. You know what I'm saying? So like nobody wanted to hear me rap. You know what I mean? My brother was nice. But Five wanted to hear me rap. And I mean, I rapped for Five for so long on that bus. I mean, I missed my bus stop by like 20 stops. I didn't even get off the bus. I ended up down in South Troy in the cut. You know what I mean? But after I rapped to him, Five told me, look, by the time you turn 21, I'm going to make you somebody. You know what I mean? The world going to know you when you're 21. And, I mean, he did that. He did that. I mean, I'm here right now. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? And
he's still by your side.
He's been there. He ain't never left, man. He's been a big part of my journey. You know what I mean? Shout out 5-footer host of the year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my whole family. You dig? Shout out Mr. Everyday. Like I said, most don't know this, but Mr. Everyday was a big part of this whole music thing because, like I said, when nobody wanted to hear me rap and I couldn't get venues and I couldn't get on the radio station and I couldn't get into places, you was one of the first people that put me on a major platform and accepted me to come on and do something. So, you know what I mean? I remember my first time on the radio station after leaving, people was like, who is this guy?
Right.
I mean, he was just on the radio. He just left so the perception people got of me because I was around people like you, like Five, you know what I mean? Like Gonzo, Joe Gonzo, shout out Joe Gonzo, Limitless Records, we outside, Limitless Life. But yeah, I mean, a lot of that was what built my journey and built me into being who I was, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a big old following. I didn't have a bunch of people that just thought I was nice, you know what I mean? Like my family thought I was nice, you know what I mean? But Five came and he helped me push that message to the world. You helped me push that message to the world. And that's just been my forever hunger. You know what I mean? Is to continue that. You know what I mean? In this whole mission, like I'm saying, I don't want to skip nothing. You know what I mean? So to go a little bit back, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, when no one wanted to listen to me because of my brother, that was my rap inspiration. That's the whole reason I even started rapping. You know what I mean? Was my big brother.
So let's talk about that, man, because you know, he's not here with us anymore.
Nah, God bless his soul. You know what I mean?
And like, what was the circumstances like because this didn't happen in even in New York.
Nah.
Yeah. You know that.
It was, like I said, I lost my pops when I was dumb young. You know what I mean? So my big brother was my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So a lot of me was just wanting to be him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was cool. He had friends. He could rap. You know what I mean? So it was like, I want to be this guy. You know what I mean? He's well respected. He's that guy. You know what I mean? So I started rapping. You know what I mean? He taught me the ropes. And he was like I said, my pops, my friend, my best friend, my brother. So, you know what I mean? I went through a lot of my musical journey with him, making my raps, writing them, calling them, yo, bro, listen to this. Yo, bro, listen to that. How this sound, you know what I mean?
Right, your creative process and stuff.
Yeah, he was always backing that. And I mean, days when I first started rapping, you know, we was kids, yo, bro, let me use some bars. Give me some bars, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I used to take his raps, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? Until the day I remember him telling me, like, bro, you nice. You nicer than me now. You know what I mean? But my brother was living his life to the fullest. He ended up moving to California. You know what I mean? He went down there, was doing his thing, and God forbid he was murdered. You know what I mean? He got shot in California, and it is a pain and struggle that I'm continue to go through till today. You know what I'm saying? But this is what helps me get through it. You know what I mean? This is what he wanted me to do. This was his dream for me. It was my dream for myself, and it's something I promised him. You know what I mean? So we gonna do this. We gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? And we gonna do it every day.
So yeah, man, let's pivot a little bit, and
Absolutely.
let's talk about, like, artistically. How would you describe your style as a hip hop artist?
Artistically, my style as a hip hop artist, I mean, I wouldn't label myself that because of the artist I am. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would be considered a hip hop artist, because I make country music. I make rock and roll music. You know what I mean? I make
So
R&B
just an
music.
artist, period. You consider yourself.
I consider myself a artist, you know what I mean? A person in love with music. You know what I'm
Like
saying? When you fall in love with music, it's different, you know what I mean? Because you don't fall in love with a certain genre. You fall in love with it in itself. It's like a person, you know what I mean, to you, you know what I mean? When you get married and you find a wife, you know what I mean? You don't just love her eyes, you love her hair, and you know what I mean? So with hip hop, I love its hair. I mean, you know what I mean? The body on hip hop is flavor for me, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like it's I married the game when it came to music, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just enjoying it. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this ride. You know what I mean? And I try to stay out the box when it comes to music. I kind of just, I mean, some days I purposely listen to stuff that I know I don't actually listen to or like on my preference, you know what I mean? I just listen to it just cause, you know what I mean? To give myself the chance to learn something. I mean, you learn something every day, you know what I mean? And the more stuff you neglect, you know what I mean, the more you're neglecting your brain. So I'm big on that. I mean, I'm big on my brain. You know what I mean, getting smart, learning stuff. I mean, getting intellectual is real important. I mean, that's why I like coming here. You know what I mean, on this campus ground. I think college is a big thing for people. I think you doing what you're doing out of a college on this ground is remarkable. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
I hate to bring it up, but I gotta say it. You know what I mean? Because it's just affected in the world today. So I'm proud to be a black man where I'm at. You know what I mean? To be here and to beat the statistic, because statistics say I don't make it here today. Statistics say this young man that had brothers who went to prison and a father that died and came from Brooklyn don't make it. Don't see it to 33. Don't be in a college. Don't go to college, which I did. You know what I mean? Don't get a degree, which I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
I just feel like consistently breaking the chain has been something in my life, and I'm proud of it. And I want to continue that. You know what I mean? I want to continue that and continue it with people like you, with Five. You know what I mean? And on this mission. You know what I mean? That's why I came here tonight. You know what I mean? Not just to have this interview and put my word and my feelings out to the world, but to show the world that people like me and people like us could be here. We could do this. People like you, know what I mean? You wasn't born with this, know what I mean? You wasn't born on no silver spoon, know what I mean? You grind for this, know what I mean? Like you told me in that room, somebody stuck their hand out and helped you, and you took that and made something out of it, know what I mean? So when life gives you lemons, know what I mean?
Like lemonade.
You concentrate. That's what I tell them,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
You concentrate.
Absolutely.
So what's the creative process like for you when you're making music? Like, do you typically like search for beats to write to, or are you always just constantly writing?
I'm always constantly listening to beats. I'm that guy that like new music come out and you gotta tell me like, hey, this song is out, because I'm not on the radio listening to music. I just listen to instrumentals all the time. So like what really happens is something to catch me and there it go, you know what I mean? And I write in my head, so you know what I mean? Most of the time it's something come on and before the beat is over, I done made a few bars in my head, so I played over again. And then repetitively, I say those lines in my head. Some people always say, Sony, how you remember all your raps? And I'm like, if you only knew how many times I've said that line in my head, you know what I mean? And I'm rapping when nobody's rapping. Like when we came here, I was rapping in my head, you know what I mean? When I was waiting to be spoken to, I was rapping in my head. I'm always rapping. Like I'm really in love with this music. And I mean, I got these songs just ratting around in there. You know what I mean? So my process of music is really just emotion. I mean, go when however a beat make me feel, an instrumental make me feel, a sound make me feel, I just throw it out there. You know what I mean? At first it was real hard because when you making music, people become people pleasers. And you know what I mean, you want to please the crowd, you want to stay up to date. You know what I mean? You want to stay, what do they call it, relevant, you know what I mean, in today's world. You know what I mean? But I think the most relevant thing in today's world is being relevant, making yourself relevant, you know what I mean? And the richest people, you know what I mean, and the most adored people are people that made people feel like they was relevant regardless to what the world thought was, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to make the world believe something, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make the world believe in me, you dig? So that's my mission.
Who would you say inspired you, like, from a mainstream standpoint? Like, what artists did you look up to coming up?
I was real big on Rakim.
Yes, sir.
And I was real big on Jadakiss. I gotta say, Jadakiss really did it for me with his style of rap, him and Styles P. And Fabulous, because he came with that New York swag. You know what I mean? He wasn't just all about bars. It was about the way he set the bars. And I mean, between the three of them and Jay-Z, you know what I mean, just, you know what I mean, Jay-Z was just undeniably, you could not love Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? It was just cool, you know what I mean? And then, of course, Biggie Smalls, because seeing Biggie Smalls did it kind of made me believe, again, like I said, you make the world believe in you, you know what I mean? Break the statistic. No one thought that Biggie Smalls was going to be it. And, you know what I mean? He's one of the largest names in music today still. So, you know what I mean? I got to say that group of people really started it for me as far as like making me want to rap, making me want to take it to the next level, you know what I'm saying?
What would you feel are the greatest challenges being an artist? Like, what do you find like as one of the difficult aspects of it?
Again, making yourself relevant, I feel like is the hardest aspect, to be yourself, you know what I mean? Not to get caught up in the facade that's going around, and you know what I mean, not to get manipulated by the worldly things, you know what I mean? Because like I said, sometimes it's hard to come in on doing 80 when everybody next to you doing 90. You know what I'm saying? Even though 80 is the speed to your I mean your destination, and that's where how fast you supposed to be going. You know what I mean? People want to go faster than they supposed to be going, or slower than they supposed to be going, and you gotta go your speed. You know what I mean? You gotta ride in your lane. And I feel like in this music game that it's hard to stay in your lane. It's hard to, you know what I mean? Like I said, stay in love with what you in love with. You know what I mean? When so much is around, that's easy to fall into. You know what I mean? Especially when you know, like, oh, if I just do this, they gonna listen to it. Or if I do this, they gonna like it. You know what I mean? So it's like knowing if you do something, you're gonna get a prize. So to deny that prize, you know what I mean, for the bigger prize, I feel like is the hardest goal. You know what I mean? And realizing that there's a bigger picture at the end of the road. You know what I mean? When you believe in yourself. So, you know what I mean? Believing in yourself. You know what I mean? Believing in you, and you know what I mean? Like I said, staying in tune with yourself, not catching those writer blocks. You know what I mean? that's probably the hardest parts of being an artist. I mean, from my aspect, from my experience in music, I would say.
If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Oh man, today J. Cole.
That would be a mean collab too, you and J. Cole.
Absolutely.
Sir.
But yeah, that he's another man that I feel like really took the world by storm and made people like him for him. You know what I mean? So I've been a fan. I'm still a fan. And J. Cole, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Remember I said that.
How do you feel about the rap game today versus the past? Because you're kind of in like the middle. You're not like you're still young enough to technically be new school, but you old enough to know the old school, to have a relationship with the old school music.
I appreciate the rap game today. I appreciate the rap game in general. You know what I mean? For those who think like, oh, the rap game changed and this happened, like at the end of the day, like you gotta hold weight where you hold weight. You know what I mean? And you, like they say, you pay how you weigh and you pay the cost to be the boss. So if the genre of music is where it's at, it's because they took that and they put it there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if people want more of that old school music, then make it. Do it. You know what I mean? You can't blame the game because that's hot right now because people are listening to that right now. You know what I mean? That's like playing sports and being like, oh, this guy is too good. You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying Stephen Curry should be taken out of the game because he made too many threes,
right,
or take LeBron out because he could dunk too well. You know what I mean? Like, nah, get better. You know what I mean? Produce more of what you want then. You know what I mean? If y'all want more of that old school music, make more old school music. You know what I mean? And if the fans don't want it, then they don't want it. You know what I mean? And if they do, they do. You know what I mean? But I appreciate all music. You know what I mean? So the rap game today, I mean, like I said, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm coming in to make my stain. You know what I mean? Like I said, because I like my own certain genre of music more than others, you know what I mean? But I'm not hating on what's out, you know what I mean? I'm coming to show them like this is heavy still, you know what I mean? And this is gonna do it, and it is.
So now that you said that, how do you describe the music you create if you had to categorize it?
The music I create, if I had to categorize the music I create, I would say it's new world music. You know what I mean? Because we in a new world, and I'm a new artist. I'm not the type of artist that everybody came up with. You know what I mean? I don't think most people could say, hey, I know this artist and they do rock and roll, country, and rap. Right. And they have records out in all three genres. Because I do. You know what I mean? On major platforms, I got records on all three genres. So, you know what I mean? I performed all three genres in multiple genres at different showcases. So, yeah, new world, man. New world artists for a new world today. You know what I mean? And like I told them, get ready to get lost. You know what I mean? You got to. You know what I mean? Because this is every day. Yes,
sir. If you didn't become a musician or artist per se, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Nothing. That was never an option. You know what I mean? I gotta answer that question the same all the time.
Be honest.
I wouldn't be doing nothing because I would never had not done music, because if I wasn't doing music today, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be SoNewYork. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be Charles Ray McFadden. You know what I'm saying? I was born for this. You know what I mean? I didn't ask for it. I was just good at it. Everybody's good at something, and that's why I took music, because when I was in a room full of people, somebody could always draw better than me. Somebody could always jump higher than me. Somebody could play ball better than me. Somebody could play football better than me. Somebody was a better mathematician than me, you know what I mean? But nobody could ever rap better than me. So I did what I was good at. You know what I mean? I took the lane where I was the monster. I was the nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
Heard it.
So God gave me something, and
because he knew what you would do if you didn't have this.
Absolutely.
He had to give me some purpose.
Yeah, he had to give me. He did. He said, "If I don't give him this, then he's doing nothing. He's
scourge him."
Yeah, that's it, man.
I'm over here looking like a pirate too, like the scourge of a.
Yeah, that's like asking Mr. Everyday, what would he do if he wasn't Mr. Everyday?
They didn't want me to be nothing else.
Exactly. You couldn't be Monday or Tuesday. You every day. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm SoNewYork, man. We outside, and like I said, I couldn't have been doing nothing else other than this. You know what I mean?
So I got a more serious question. With the climate of artists being killed, has it affected the way, or has it affected the type of energy in your music? Like, have you gone into it knowing like, well, you know, a lot of artists are dying, making these types of records. Has that ever changed the way you approach making music?
Absolutely. If you don't, then you know what I mean, you gotta be dumb. You know what I mean? I hate when people say, I don't care what people think. We live in a world full of people. The one thing you can't never get rid of is people. So if you're gonna care about anything, why not care about people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I do care about people. I care about what people think about me. You know what I mean? And going into this game, I think it's real important understanding where the game is at and what's happening. You know what I mean? Statistically, you know what I mean? The life expectancy of a new signed artist. You know what I mean? What is it? You know what I mean? So at the end of the
That's
day,
a good question.
that's it.
The life expectancy of a newfound artist, what is it?
Exactly, and I doubt that is that. I mean, it's anything pretty. So you know what I mean, especially in the past 5 years. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean, to ignore that fact, you know what I mean, and not care about how you perceiving yourself and how you putting yourself out into the world, then you just gotta be an idiot. You know what I mean? I mean, without that statistic, you know what I mean, I would care regardless. You know what I mean? So with that being said and that being happening today, yeah, of course. And I mean, the way I carry myself outside of music is different because of that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a young black man. I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? So I'm automatically gonna be looked at by certain crowds a certain way. You know what I mean? It's something I just can't change. You know what I mean? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I mean, sad to say, we do live in a world where people are gonna judge you before they get to meet you. So how you paint yourself is the first impression you're giving people. So, you know what I mean? That's something I always lived on. I always told people that, like, you know what I mean? I do believe in judging books by their cover because that's all you got. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at me for thinking a book about math because it got multiplication on the cover. You know what I'm saying? So how you dress, how you come outside, how you speak is how somebody generally is going to think about you when they first see you. You know what I mean? So you can't come outside and then think somebody, get mad because they think you rowdy. Or you can't make a bunch of songs about drugs and get mad because somebody thinks you're a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the picture you're painting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to paint a fish and then get mad that you didn't realize it was a chicken. You know what I mean? I'm going to try painting the fish a little better next time. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. Because of that news, you know what I mean? I try to paint myself, carry myself, and, you know what I mean, treat myself a little better. You know what I mean? Because the world needs it, we need it.
Yes, sir. Do you think that artists have a responsibility to use their platform to address social and political issues?
An obligation, I wouldn't say.
Not even obligation. I said, do you think they have a responsibility?
A responsibility,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. I think that all artists, you know what I mean, that once you make it there, that you should, because, you know what I mean, politically it is affecting our children, you know what I mean, and our community. So if you got the chance to do that and ignore it, you know what I mean, you just making the world harder for people that, you know what I mean, came from where we came from and come from where we come from. You know what I mean? So I feel like speaking out on issues and I mean, just trying to fix the world in any way that you can when you're a voice, when you're heard, is yes, it's a responsibility. You know what I mean? 100%. You know what I mean? You should take your ground and your authority if you have it, you know what I mean, and your voice, you know what I mean, and use it. You know what I'm saying? You got 10,000 followers, you know what I mean? Try to say something that them 10,000 people might take home and use for good.
Do you believe that the music and video content should be free for everybody to access? Or should it be like you can get this, but this you got to pay for? Because like, look at the industry today. We got YouTube is free. You don't have to pay for YouTube. You can access somebody's music. You know what I mean? Spotify, you can get a subscription, but you can also go on Spotify and still listen to music without having a subscription. So how do you feel about that?
I think it's all pretty fair. You know what I mean?
Fair in terms of what?
And fair in terms of the way it's ran. You know what I mean? Being able to go on YouTube and go on Spotify and have to pay, because honestly, like, it's up to the artist. You know what I mean? It's not like they're just taking your music and now, if I come out with music, you could just go get it on YouTube. You can't get it off YouTube unless I put it there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And me putting it there, I'm putting it there knowing that it's going to be for free. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean,
technically it's not, because it can be monetized if you get the ISRC code attached to it.
And they inform you on all those.
If you have somebody who's following up on your mechanical,
yep,
you know, and things like that. So, you know, you can monetize a platform, it can make money. But for the most part, it's pennies on the dollar in terms of what, you know,
I believe it's like more so, like you said, they tell you what it is. It's not a system where it's like, oh, you put your music out and then all of a sudden your music is here and there without you agreeing to any of that.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
You have to accept
If you
this.
decided not to read the fine print, that's on you. You know what I mean? The way they're running that system, though, it's been working for years. People on YouTube is rich. You know what I mean? How can you deny them and hate on their platform? And their platform made it, most of us artists, you know what I mean? We grew up off YouTube beats. You know what I mean? That's how we got to listen to music. You know what I mean? For us less fortunate families who couldn't go out and buy albums, you know what I mean? Though that YouTube page was everything for us. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hate on that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I feel like the Spotify, the iTunes, you know what I mean? Most of these platforms, like you said, they come with circumstances and stipulations that you are allowed to read and understand before you agree to them. So, you know what I mean? In my opinion, I think it's fair. I think it's...
So do you think success in the music industry is more about talent or luck and just going viral?
I believe success in the music industry is more about talent. Making it into the music industry could be luck. You could go viral off of something, and how far you go from there, I believe, exists on your talent, on your work ethic. You know what I mean? Like it, like so you say you wide open for that pass and you catch it. You know what I mean? I'm 20 yards from the touchdown. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Like, you know what I mean? You got to make it to the touchdown now. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity is there, and I mean, it's what you do with it. And I mean, are you gonna run there? Are you gonna make it? But it's there for you. You feel what I'm saying? It's there for you to take it and make it. But what are you gonna do that? And I mean, do you have what it takes to run that extra 20 yards? And I mean, all right, I went viral. Now these people want to know what's next. Where do you go from there? If you continue to go viral after that, I believe you're talented. You know what I mean? But if you that one hit wonder, then I mean, yeah, you got lucky, and you can't hate on that neither. You know what I mean, that was your time, that was your shine, whatever. But I believe it takes talent to stay successful.
Let's pivot for a minute, because you very grounded in a way, like in terms of maturity, and also like I know you a family man.
Absolutely.
You took a big step in your life just not too long ago.
Indeed.
Can I speak on it?
Absolutely.
All right. So you're married now.
Yes,
and
indeed.
And first of all, I want to congratulate you on stepping up, because especially in this industry, you don't really see a lot of men. Like they'll have a baby mother for 25 years or whatever, and like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact that you acknowledge that she was your rib, and you took that next step with her. What is it like trying to balance your family life and be an artist at the same time? What are some of the challenges that you face?
It's a challenge, and honestly, I stepped over that fact when we was talking about some of the hardest things for artists in the game.
Right.
That's got to be one of them. You know what I mean? Balancing your family in the music. You know what I mean? I had a lot of music opportunities back in the day that I ignored because, you know what I mean? I didn't want to leave my family. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be outside running around trying to make it. You know what I mean? And my wife and daughters at home not knowing where I'm at, you know what I mean, or knowing I'm at in some club. I mean, I wasn't getting paid for music at this time. So to be like, all right, I'm about to go be in the clubs and running around, and my wife and daughter just going to be at the house, you know what I'm saying? Even though they believe in me and they want me to make it, like, you know what I'm saying, to go and take my money instead of paying bills and rent and spend it on, you know what I mean, trying to make it, you know what I mean, when the statistics of people making it from where we from is very little, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you do that? How do I turn around and look at my 2-year-old and be like, you know what, tonight I'm going to the club instead of making sure that you Gucci and staying with you. You know what I mean? How do I pick that? How do I say my music is not important enough? Or you know what I mean? So to cipher that out, like what's more important, because I'm in love with both of them. You know what I mean? Music is the love of my life. My daughter is, my wife is. So, you know what I mean? To try to balance that, it's hard till today, you know what I mean? But when you got a wife like I got, you know what I mean? It makes life a little bit easier because she backs me up, she supports me.
She comes to the events.
Yeah, she comes to the events.
You got
She's
a real
probably listening right now. You know what I mean? So,
shout out to wifey.
You know, it works out for me, you know what I mean? In that case, I got lucky, you know what I mean? I didn't need to be successful in that. I just got pure lucky with a wife that was supportive and you know what I mean? I guess me being me is what did it for
No, that wasn't luck. That was God giving you what you needed, because he knows the path that you traveled.
I won't deny that. I won't deny that.
You know, he knew what you needed, brother, the whole time.
Absolutely.
So let's pivot again. You're considered somewhat of a controversial artist in the fact that you actually are a battle rapper as well.
Yeah.
You know, like that. I'm not gonna leave a stone unturned here.
Undefeated.
You know what I mean?
battle
Exactly. You're not just gonna sit up here like, oh, I just make songs and I do all that. No, you're actually a battle rapper as well. And that's a
Undefeated.
whole nother skill set. That's a whole nother mind state. You know? And you've managed to balance that very well, I must say. You've really managed to kind of make your records and be seen as a hip hop artist or as an artist, a good artist, solid, with great pedigree for rapping. But then on the other side, because a lot of times you don't see both. It'll be a great battle rapper, but he can't make no songs.
Yep.
Or he can make songs, but he can't touch that battle rapping at all. And you're managing to do both of those. What inspired you to get heavy with the battle rapping?
Music. Like I said before, I consider myself a new world artist because when I fell in love with music, I fell in love with music. So it was like battle rap, I couldn't leave that out. And I mean, it's a type of music. You know what I'm saying? It's rap. So like country, battle rap, whatever. I mean, I wanted a piece of everything. So, you know what I mean? It was like, I didn't transition into battle rapping. When I started rapping, I started battle rapping. Right. I started regular rapping. I started country doing.
Because it's all the dynamics, and that's what encompasses
I've always
it all.
done all of them. You know what I mean? I've always, took in the left, the right, church music. You know what I mean? I grew up in church, so you know what I mean. Gospel music, you know what I mean, was real. I'm real big on that. You know what I mean? So
what's a typical day like for you when you know you got to battle somebody? What's your process like when you wake up in the morning, knowing tonight is I got a big event. I got to go against somebody who's of a certain stature. This means a lot. What's your day like?
I'm starving most of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a plate at the end of the day for me. So most of the time, I got a battle. I wake up and I'm hungry. And like I said, I go above and beyond. I get up and I do that battle all day. You know what I mean? By the time I get to the battle, that person don't even know I battled you 15 times today already. You know what I mean? So like that's
it's now easy now. Now it's just easy.
So
now.
when I get on stage and they messing up and sliding and I'm not, people think like, oh, Sony just came ready. No, I battled him 15 times already. I did this. So that's what it's like for me. That day, you know what I mean? I wake up and I battle all day. So by the time I battle is, you know what I mean? I did this already. You know what I mean? And that's like with anything for you. When I got a show, I get up and I'm in my bedroom walking around, fake stage, you know what I mean, performing. You know what I mean? My daughter's my crowd. She's in there clapping it up. We getting it crazy, you know what I mean? So, this music is every day for me. Like, I mean, I'm in the house with it. You know what I mean? I do this all the time. Everywhere I'm at. When I'm at work, I'm rapping. And, I'm in the garage cleaning cars. I'm in there rapping. You know what I mean? Got the beats on. This is really what I do.
Who would you say is the toughest competitor you faced?
In battle rap?
Yeah. Like your toughest opponent. Who put you through? Who took you all the way to the round for round?
I believe both my competitors were decent competitors. You know what I mean? They at the time they was the best. You know what I mean?
You don't want to mention names.
I don't say names. Rich Mills. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy. I say names. Trust me. You know what I mean? Just not to the boys. You know what I mean? But
facts.
Rich Mills was real competitive. CEO Sense was real competitive. They both died in the ring. You know what I mean? That didn't change anything. But,
they both died in the ring.
But
rest in peace.
I believe they were both equally competitive. You know what I mean? I can't lie. I'm a cocky battle rapper. You know what I mean? So neither one of those battles I felt like I was gonna lose or thought that losing was an option or that these guys had a chance. You know what I mean? They was kind of just walking into a casket. And I let them do that, you know what I'm saying? Whoever wants to do it next, you know what I mean? Just walk into that casket too, you know what I mean? But that's how I feel about battle rap.
Now question, now being like, because battle rapping could get real serious. Have you ever at any point in time like felt like your life was in danger or threatened by anybody? Like did the beef ever get, because sometimes it's like WWE. It's like, we going back and forth, but at the end of the day, we don't really have like no serious intentions for each other. It's art. It's the skill.
I have never personally got there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't let it get there. I mean, if I felt like somebody I was gonna battle was taking it there, then we just not battling now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to handle how you want to handle that, you go about your business. Like you said, I'm a family man. I got a wife and daughter. I don't got no time to be out here trying to fight you over some words that rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So At the end of the day, yeah. If it got to that point with me, you know what I mean, I kind of just leave the situation alone if you can't be grown enough to take this work. You know what I mean? Because I hurt people's feelings.
Heard it.
I can understand people getting there, you know what I mean? Because I ain't saying nothing lightly. So, you know what I mean? But we grown men, and I believe the battle world should just be a competitive world where we allowed to slay each other all day. You know what I mean? The way we want to. We should be able to go in there and just violate and disrespect each other for them 3-4 minutes and be grown men afterwards. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? You're not going to go play basketball and tell somebody, you know what I mean, don't dunk the ball too hard. Don't shoot the threes too much. You know what I mean? You're going to go and you got to play as hard as you're going to play. And when we done, the winner's the winner. And that's it.
So here's what I want to do, man. I want to get into some music real quick. We're gonna play some of your music. I'm actually gonna I'm going to a few joints. I'm gonna play a joint masterpiece. You and the host of the year, 5-footer.
Hey.
And then I'm gonna play a joint called Here It Goes with Ricky Batts. And then I think I'm gonna end it. I am gonna tell you what I'm gonna end it with. But let's go into this right now. We're gonna go into this next level music right now. That's what we're doing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Turn this down, man. Yeah. So we went to a couple of joints. As you know, your boy SoNewYork gets it in. It's not. He don't play around when it comes to them lyrics, man. This is nothing. This is light for him. This is light for him. You know what I mean? These is light joints. You know what I'm saying?
We got more coming.
So listen, man. I wanna go through this segment that I do with all my guests. It's called I got a couple things I do. One's called Would You Rather, and the other one's is This or That. All right. So I'm gonna just throw out different things, and you just tell me what you're feeling.
No doubt.
J-Lo or Shakira?
Shakira.
Taraji P or Megan Good?
Megan Good.
TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Denzel Training Day or Al Pacino Scarface?
Al Pacino Scarface.
It's a fact. You better answer that one.
Goodfellas or Godfather? There's always one.
Goodfellas.
Uh-huh. Basketball or football?
Football.
Gold or platinum?
Gold.
Would you rather have a meal cooked for you or eat out?
Rather have a meal cooked.
Would you rather perform at a small, intimate venue for die-hard fans or at a huge stadium for a massive audience of people that don't know you?
Huge stadium, massive people that don't know me.
Would you rather collaborate with an established artist who is outside of your genre or a rising star with your same style of music?
Outstanding artist outside of my genre.
Outside genre? Yep. Would you rather produce your own beats and instrumentation or work with a team of experienced producers?
I'd rather work with a team of experienced producers. Beat maker's not my thing.
I heard you. Would you rather have a feature on your album by a well-known artist or have your whole album... Oh, let me rephrase that. If you had a feature and went platinum with an artist, would you prefer to, like, let's just say if you had a chance to do a joint with Jay and go platinum, would you rather do the platinum joint with Jay or the platinum joint by yourself solo?
If it was my first platinum record, I'd rather do a solo.
Would you rather release a full-length album or EP? Or singles? Singles.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have your music go viral through social media or gain critical acclaim through traditional media outlets?
Media outlets, traditional claim.
Would you rather have your music be known for its catchy hooks or its thought-provoking lyrics?
Thought-provoking lyrics all day.
All right. So now that's the end of Would You Rather. Now we're going to go This or That. Kanye or Drake?
I'm sorry, but I'm half a go Drake.
That's a fact.
Pac or Big?
Big.
You said that quickly. You better coming from BK. You can't even go back. You can never go back. We heard you. We heard you.
That's a fact. Yes, sir.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Football or basketball?
Football.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
If you could go into the past and meet your ancestors or the future and meet your great-grandchildren, which one would you choose?
I will go to the past. Meet my ancestors.
Your ancestors in the past?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Henny or Douce?
Douce.
More time or more money?
More time.
Without the internet for a week or without your phone for a week? You gotta choose one or the other.
No phone.
Lose your vision or your hearing?
My hearing.
Batman or Spider-Man?
Batman.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation. My name is Sony.
Money or love?
Love.
Would you rather make a call or text?
Text.
If you had to choose being wealthy and stable for life or doing your music and struggling, what would you choose?
I'm gonna have to say music and struggling because it's what I'm doing right now.
Lose all the money you earned this year or lose all the memories you gained?
Money.
Know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
The cause.
A long career of good music or the biggest hit record of all time?
Long career of good music.
Be married to someone good looking? Well, this might not apply to you now. Be married to someone good looking that doesn't think you're attractive? Or be married to someone ugly that thinks you're gorgeous?
Ugly that thinks I'm gorgeous.
Yeah. You good on both fronts, bro. So I'm gonna just end it like this. We here now. Anything's possible. What's the end game for Sony?
I mean, my end game is really to not have one. That's my mission, is to be able to do this for as long as possible. You know what I mean? I want to be old, still rapping, you know what I mean? Cooling, at least still being in this, you know what I mean? If I'm not rapping myself, you know what I mean? In this music game, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go out like this, you know what I mean? I want to go out how I came in, you know what I'm saying? That's my mission, you know what I mean? Go out with a bang, just like I started it.
And with that said, man, I know you got a recording session to go to right now. So you know how we're gonna end it? We're gonna end it with 2 feet touching. That's the only way to do it. Hey, listen, if you tuned in, man, it's my boy SoNewYork, Sony, aka Sony, man, extraordinaire, lyricist extraordinaire, man, and he's in the region, he's holding it down, man. I want to appreciate you for tuning in, man. And I'm gonna just end his set with one of his joints, and this joint is called 2 feet touching, man.
So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. SoNewYork in the building, bro.
Yes,
so before you end it, man, say, you know, I know you want to say something to your constituents. And,
yo, shout out to everybody in the world listening, man. Shout out to my daughter, Boogie, Daddy See You. You know what I mean? Shout out to my wife, my mother and family, man. Y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram, on every major platform, iTunes, Spotify. Your boy SoNewYork, all one word, no spaces. You know what I mean? On IG, SoNewYork_1124. Check me out. We outside, man. The team is heavy. You know what I mean? Limitless Life. Double LR, you already know what it is, man. We outside. We gonna stay outside. Watch your mouth. So
you heard? Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming in. So you already know. Yo, I'm gonna end it with Pete Gutter, what it came with. Albany, stand up.
Mr. A Day, the pleasure was mine.
Damn. What an interview.